Hi everyone, so today I have a sponsored video from Tonic Studios for this cute little die set. It's called the Tiny Trunk and it makes a tiny trunk. So I'll give you some measurements in just a second, but just a new little set they brought to their site. Just adorable. They did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. Although this is a small set, it has a lot of character. It's so cute. You saw it in the thumbnail, hopefully. So we have pieces here that are going to be like the side pieces and the trunk, and you know, to turn it like a Rolodex kind of thing, like to open it, which is just genius, super cute. So that's what all these different dies are. I know there's a lot of dies going on here, so I think we just have to get right to it because that way it'll make more sense. But the largest die I will tell you is about 4 3/8 inches long by about 2 1/8. And then we have matte layers, and you have all of your sides. You have the pieces to make your mechanism. You have, you know, the trunk sides. You have decorations for everything. So we're just going to get to it, guys. So I'm going to grab some paper. That's going to be our base layers and things, and then, of course, the decorative layers. But I will be right back. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to make a black base for our little trunk. So we have these different pieces. So I'm going to get the main pieces that we need right now. And I'm just going to cut, you know, the bigger main pieces, and then we'll go from there. So let me grab these guys and this guy. These are decorative pieces. We will need this one in just a minute, but not quite yet. We need the large circle and the small circle, and this. We will need these pieces also. I'll just go ahead and cut it now, I suppose. I think that's everything that's like the base pieces. Okay. So from this one, which I guess is our larger piece, we only need one of this. Okay, and then we need one of this guy, and 4 of this side panel. On 2 of them, we are going to make a little cut with this. We're going to need a little hole, like a little aperture, but we'll do that later. But for now, you're only going to cut out 4 of these, right? Just all the same. And then one of each of the sides, so 1 and 1, they are different, you know, the way they're facing, so they give you 2 instead of turning one around or however. So you need 1 of each of those. You will need 2 of this guy, a little fan, so cute. And then this guy, I believe, yeah, you also need 2 of this. This is our turn knob. You're going to form it. Hopefully you can kind of see the cuts, and then you just glue it. So we need 2 of this, though. And then we'll need 1 of these. I want to say 1 of these guys, and this said something funny. 1 of this guy. And then I think you need 2 of either of these, yeah. So with both of these, large circle and the smaller, you need 2. Okay, and I will be right back. I know it's dark because of my background and everything, but we have that 1 piece, the little piece here, the 4 side pieces, or box basically pieces, these 2 guys, those 2, these 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so with 2 of these guys, we're going to bring them over here, and you have this die that has this little like fun shape to it, and it's basically a guide, so it's showing you where you need to die cut this, and I'm assuming you're just following this little area here. Hopefully you can see that, and it's just kind of following that curve. So just tape that down carefully and run it through, and you're gonna do that twice with 2 of them. Okay, so with 2 of the pieces we're doing this. Okay, so just run it through a smaller machine, and there we go. So we have 2 with those little holes cut out. I'll put them back with those other side pieces, put this guy back, and so oh, you know what, it does say to keep the little circles that fell out of these. So that one and wherever I put the other one, but basically keep the circles that fall out. Okay, we're gonna use them for something else. So I'll put that over here. Sorry, I just want to find the other one. So those are the 2 that fell out. They pretty much look the same as these guys, but I'm gonna put them over here just in case they're different in some way. Okay, so next step is to just glue this piece with these two here. So let me move these up out of the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and score these now because I just like to do that before I really start putting things together. And just give it a score. And I'm scoring them from the nice side towards the rough side. And then these guys too. So this one, and this one, and this side, and I'll do the same thing with the others. The other one. I'm just gonna glue these guys together, and there's a longer tab, a short tab, and then this guy. Basically, these two need to line up here, so you don't really have to pay attention to the direction of this. You see how these are exactly the same? That's what we're doing. So let me get some glue, and I'm gluing them to the wrong side, like the inside, the rough cut side. And okay, so this guy here. You know, I always like to kind of just line them up to the very edge so it looks nicely finished here on the outside. That looks really good already. So on this side, I'll do the same thing with this smaller, that middle, longer tab. And put it over here. Same thing, just kind of checking it out. And then these glue tabs. The other one's long as you can, or maybe, I don't know if you can see that, but this guy's long and has nothing to do with this right now, so we're going to use that later. So now we're just adhering this side, and let's do the same thing with this side. And I'll just hold that for a bit, and I will be right back. Okay, so this piece we're just going to put to the side for now. The back is not completed. These pieces are going to go around it, basically. So I'm going to put this to the side for now, and we're going to work on the little knob. So there's a little knob on one side, and again, I'm going to score all of the pieces. And this one I'll probably just score it by hand like this, just with my fingers, should I say. And so with all the bits, just score them back towards the rough side. And I'll do the same thing with the other one, okay? And I'll be right back. And all you're gonna do to glue these guys together is put one on top of the other. Sorry about that crow that decided to say hello. Alright, so this guy right here, I'm just gonna kind of zhuzh the glue a little bit just to make sure it gets to the very ends. Just making sure nothing's impeded by the way I placed it there. And I'm just gonna hold on to this for a second until it's nice and firm, because we're basically gonna take these glue tabs and glue them into their neighbors, so it looks something like this in just a second. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. And just like I was showing you before, we just put glue on these bits, not these guys, not the little skinny ones, at least not yet, but like that one comes in. And again, I just kind of line them up on that very edge and basically go around and do that with all of them. I do a couple at a time, as much as I can do with my finger still fitting in there. Right, if these guys are out here, your finger will still fit. And I'll just hold that one. There we go. And I'll be right back, because I'm going to make sure these are held nice and tight before I move on to these last two. Around, I'll get a little bit closer. I'm just going to, as much as I can get my finger in there, but what I'm doing is kind of pulling those tabs out so that when I bring it around, it'll want to come towards the other piece of paper over here. If that makes sense. And if you have like a tool or pokey tool or anything that kind of helps you kind of make sure those are making contact, then do that. One more glue, glue. And same thing, I'm just going to use a pokey tool to help me make sure that the walls are touching on the inside. Okay, I'll be right back. Again, just put my little tool, something pokey to help me make sure those are flat, but there you go. And I have a little extra glue that's going to dry. Little knob, it's so cute. Okay, we'll put that to the side for just a moment. Next thing, all we're going to do is glue these 4 panels together. Oh, hold on, let's not get rid of these circles. Okay. And they do have a glue tab on each one, so again, I'm just going to score them. So I'll do that with all 4, just score that glue tab, okay? I'll be right back. And with these guys, you're going to glue them together. These are the feet, so this is the base, the way it looks. But it's one and then the other one, then the other, right? So that one with the hole, one without a hole, and then one with the hole. So that's how we got to do those. So I'm put a little glue here, and you're just going to make like a frame, but you're not gluing it together yet in a frame quite yet, or that box shape. we're just gonna make this strand of them. So as you saw, again, I like to just make sure that on that score line, this isn't like coming over the edge or anything like that. And then I'll glue this one to this one here. And then finally glue this one to this one. And just have a strip like that, okay? So that's it. So on the inside, they just glued one after the other. Again, one, you know, no circle, circle, no circle, circle. It's gonna go like this, but not quite yet. We're not gluing that. So we're putting that to the side for right now. 2, we're gonna bring this guy over. And you see how it has like these little kind of divots there? You're gonna take the larger circle and glue it on. So just, I would put glue on the half portion here. Glue that guy on. And same thing with the other one. Just gonna take this guy and same thing, put glue and glue the other circle, the other 22mm. It's the larger circle. There's no confusing. There's 22 and then a smaller one, so this is the larger one. Okay. Also, it has that little area that clearly, if you grab a smaller one, it's not gonna look right? So it's these guys. Okay, so we'll put those 2 to the side. Now we're gonna take our little knob back and we are going to run it through one of these guys. Okay, so. Yeah, we're just gonna put this one through here. Interestingly enough, the instruction does say once you put it through here, right, you're going to kind of open up your glue tabs. And I guess I can put glue on that side too, but we're gonna put another piece on top. So, you know, if you wanna put it here and there, that's fine. You really just need it to sandwich. But it does say to sandwich it with another 22mm circle, but we already used the 2 that it said to cut earlier, so I need one more. I don't know. That's what it says. I was gonna say maybe I can use one of these guys, but I think we need it later. So again, it's just to make it look more finished. You're not going to see this anyway. Later you're going to attach this to this, so you know. But I'll go ahead and run it through and bring it over just to show you what that would look like. So I'm going to take the larger circle again, this guy, and just make one more. Just took a little scrap that I had left and made one more. And so what I'm going to do is really put the glue on this one. Really fill it up with glue, and that will be what helps me keep this thing together. Just put it right on top. The glue tabs are already pushed out, so that should work. It looks very good, nice and clean. And so I'm just gonna hold on to that till it stays, maybe put it down like this so I can push against my table. Okay, and I'll be right back. But I did want to say, we have all these other pieces that we've kind of set up and got ready. The last one is this guy, and it goes over the top. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut the decorative panel for this. That way I can curve it, because it's going to curve like this for your little trunk. So for the decorative panel, I'm just going to do the inlays on all of them with some gold paper. You know I love gold. So I'm going to grab some gold paper and just run one of these through, just like this. Of course you're going to tape it so that the inlay doesn't move, but we'll have that ready to go. I'm going to glue it on here and then we'll curve it and start getting everything put together. This guy is ready to go. He does got a little Mad Hatter hat there. Alright, and then this guy. And actually I had this really pretty green gold. I thought, ooh, let's use that. Why not? Since we are in fall, little Halloween-y color, I think it'd be cute. Okay, and so with this one, I'm going to go ahead and just glue it on here. Let me see something real quick. I think that tab is going to go like this. You know, if there's a direction that you want this, you know, you're going to want to pay attention to that, but I'm pretty sure once this folds in, it'll be coming over the top. Yeah, so let's glue it like this. So I will put glue on the very edges, of course. And then I think for the rest of it, I'm just going to put glue on the back of my hand and try to get as much on there. All these other little delicate areas. Okay. And I'm going to place this right center. I'm going to hold it down for a little bit there, guys. And I'll be right back. Something like that. There we go. I'll be right back. While the glue's still a little bit wet, we're going to go ahead and curve this guy. And I'm just turning it over, just giving a nice curve to it, because what's going to happen is we're going to glue these guys to this. So I just wanted to get it as curved as I can. I'll go ahead and score this now, but we're going to need that kind of tucked out of the way. And then we're going to take these guys and basically fold down every little tab. And so I like to give them a good fold, but then I kind of bring them back up, because if they're just folded down like this, it'll be harder to glue them. So we're holding them like that. But then I kind of bring them back a little bit, and we are basically going to glue these guys to that piece. So glue, 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 making sure it's right at that edge too, because I really want that to close up and look nice. And basically, let me see. Yeah, it just starts from one end. Okay, so I'm going to start at this end here. Just holding it down. You don't have to put all the glue on it like I did at first. You can do a little at a time if you like. But I'm going to make sure this first one's really holding on. And basically, we're just going to bring all these over. All right. And squeeze in there. We don't want the glue tab. You're just kind of going like this and getting that tucked in there as best you can. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit at a time, like holding this. I just want to make sure I was in the right spot. And holding that. Kind of have my fingers pushing against the wall over here. So the tabs are really touching there. And once I'm, you know, happy with how much it's been held on and I think I can move on, I'm just going to keep moving on this way. And I like to use a wet glue because a wet glue is going to hold really well unless you rip it out. It's not going to just come apart. If you get to add a little more glue, go ahead. Looks like I might be drying out already because Nouveau Deluxe is that good. So I'll put a little more here. Clean up the extra glue later. And I'm just bringing it around town. There we go. Right to the other edge. How cute. I'm gonna go ahead and curve that a little more. And I'll do the same thing with the other side. Just bend all the glue tabs and just glue it in. It'll be easier on this side because it's already curved from this side. So again, nice side facing out. I'll glue on this side and I'll be right back. My little guy here, see a little wet glue still. So she is fresh. And so the next thing is we're going to start putting this together, and I'm trying to really make this look like the instructions. So when you have it, you are going to have a little instruction sheet, and it has, you know, images and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to make sure what I'm doing looks a lot like that. So we're going to take this guy, and on the inside, or the rough cut side, we're going to take this, and I believe we're going to place it in this way so that when this comes around, yeah. So see how we have this glue tab, or a tab? I don't know if it's a glue tab. I don't think you're going to glue it down because this needs to turn. So we have that. I'm going to turn this over this way, and basically when this is here, and you know, you're kind of lining it up with those little circles, that circle there, you're going to put two of the smaller circles. I remember we had two that fell out earlier from when we cut these holes. So we're going to use 2 and 2, and they are basically the same size, so no big deal. But I'm holding this on here for a reason, just so I can see what center looks like. We're going to take that guy, and I guess at this point I can remove that now. All you're doing, well, I don't even have to do that. You're just going to put this right in the center. Okay, you're going to put 2 of them. So one, then the other. You can glue them together, wrong sides facing, if you want it to look really, you know, nice and crisp and clean. I'm just going to stack one on top of the other one. And so that's that. And that's giving you some width, some little area that when you put this on, it'll be able to move. And you still have, like, you know, some play in here when you have that there. Actually, it's going to be over here. But anyway. Sorry. So I just want to make sure it's clear, and what I was saying seemed kind of confusing. But anyway, we have this guy. I already added the 2 little circles on either side. And again, for me to make it look like the picture, because I wouldn't want to confuse anybody, we're going to have it this way. The little hole is here. If you've set it up the way I did, you know, non-hole hole, non-hole hole, you can do it however you like. This guy's going to go in here, so that this little tabby is facing out this way. So we're just going to put that guy in there. And again, you can decorate first, you don't have to, however you want. But anyway, right now what we're going to do is just put glue on that circle, okay, and those 2 circles that we just stacked, and then we're going to put this guy on here. And that, again, will make it so once it's set up and it's really glued down, you'll be able to turn this knob, and that's what's going to open your little trunk for you, which is super cute. Okay, so I'll leave that right there. And I'm just going to hold it for a while. I do want that to set up before we move on, so I'll be back. Okay. So we have that on there. Basically, it's just being held on right now by that little knob being sandwiched there, those 2 bits. We're going to bring our tray back, you guys. So the tray is back. I don't see anywhere that says to glue this down, so I mean, maybe you can cut it off or just leave it there or glue it towards the inside. They're not really addressing that as far as anything, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. It's just there. But what you're going to do is glue your tray in, and your tray needs to be glued into this panel right here. And basically, you're just lining it up. Oh, I see. Okay, cute. Okay, so these little bits that are kind of pointy, you're going to line them up to the very top of that tray. So I'm trying not to get glue on this part because I don't know anything about that right now, but on these two glue tabs, we're going to bring it over here. Let's open this guy up, and you're going to line them up with the pointy parts at the top. Hopefully that makes sense. You see that? Where it's pointy at the top of your project. How cute! Oh my goodness. Yeah, and having done that, this piece just kind of falls in. And I suppose you can glue it. They didn't show glue on there, so I didn't do it, but I guess I could do it now. Let me just let that set up for a second. And again, always the way I do is I make sure that I can still come around with the, you know, this closing up nicely, and this is going to close up over the top of that. So, but let's go there. And if you want to put glue on this bit, what you can do is just pull it down. So now we know where it's touching, then yeah, you can definitely put glue. It's just I didn't see it in the instruction. And then guys, you're going to need one more large 22mm circle. So you really need 4. I know the instruction said 2, but for the project you will need 4, guys. So I'm just going to hold that down. I would have put glue on that earlier. So you can glue all 3 tabs, okay? I'm gonna leave that alone for now because I am going to need one more of these guys in black or whatever it is that you want if you're doing a decorative color or something fun. But I'm gonna run it through black and I'll be right back. Okay, we have this one black one. Now I will just make a mention as far as decorative things go with these guys, or even you have this piece that's like an inlay, so if you want to just have like a cute little design on it, you can do that. And maybe I'll do it for this one because you could also do this little cute thing where it's an inlay, and you would have like, if I use the green, I put it, you know, on that circle, on this circle. But if I was going to do that, I would have done it, you know, in other areas. Or I guess you could also use it for here if you want to decorate there and put some more little tabs, or put that little inlay, or this guy, however you want. I'm going to run it through this just to be cute. Just place it, run it through your die cutting machine, and it's going to emboss a cute little design, okay? So I'm going to do that just for this one, but I'll be right back. This one ends up being a little bit that's going to be on the other side. So where did I get this guy from? Was it here? All right. Okay, so we have all this stuff that looks open and deconstructed like this. So basically this needs to go into there. Oh, it's already turning. How cute. And then we're going to bring this all the way over and around over your little tray, because this needs to match up with the little hole that is out here. Look at that. And then this glue tab is our final glue tab here. This is going to be a little glue just in that circle to put that decorative piece. So that's it, guys. So what I'm going to do is put glue on this piece and just get that really lined up nicely. There. Oh my goodness. Then we still have decorating to do. I like to decorate afterward. You can decorate before, however you like to construct your boxes. I'm holding it flush down here and then just there. You can kind of put your finger in there so you can make sure. So I'm gonna let that set up before I put our final cover here, and then we will try it out. Oh my gosh, guys, you know, I was trying to make like the picture, and it was hard to see where that glue tab was supposed to go, and I think I put it in the wrong spot. Not the glue tab, but this guy. This piece. He's supposed to curve back in behind here. So what I'm going to do is carefully deconstruct this. Now I could have just done this and not said a peep, but you know, I like to keep things real. So I'm going to take this off, okay? I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to turn it. And I am very sorry. So when you are constructing this little guy, in the image it looks different, and I'm sorry, maybe I misinterpreted it. So this piece should be facing like this tab that's out here, that's just by itself. You know what I'm saying? Where this clear one, not towards this little circle. And it bothers me because I don't want it to be confusing to you guys, and then I don't know how to edit the video to make it not what I was saying. So, and I was trying to be real clear, like, oh, it has to go this way, but I interpreted that picture wrong. So it's gonna go this way. So let's just put this back. Let's just pretend, and we're gonna put it back over here. And now I'm just gonna glue this guy over here, and you know, it's what it is. I'm just gonna glue this on here, and I am sorry, sorry, sorry. I'm just gonna pop that guy on there again. So I'm gonna hold this down again. I'll probably make a new little circle for this one. I mean, why not, right? I'll just put a new circle, the little guy, and just add it back on, okay? But I'll be right back, and I am so sorry. So when you're constructing yours, make sure this is facing the area that doesn't have a circle cut into it. That way when you put your tray in, this is going to loop under the tray, and that's how that works. Okay. But I'll be right back. I'm just going to add another clean circle here. So we need 4 larger circles, and then we need to put the tray, or this tab in the correct way. And I am very, very sorry. And I will try to put a big warning, like just with words, like, hey, don't listen to this part. We'll correct it soon, you know. But there you go. So I want you to have a good look at what this looks like. That thing, this flappy thing is facing this. We already held it on. We're going to put the tray in, right? That was the next step. And so all we're going to do is bring this in. I mean, just over here. And before, remember, I was kind of tucked this in to get it in there because I thought that's where it needed to be. So now all we're doing is tucking this. This is going to slide in and out from the bottom of this guy, so that makes sense. And now we're back over here, and then this needs to be glued down again, just like I showed you before. So I'm going to put some glue on there. I'm going to hold it down again, and this should be correct now. Okay guys, so there we go, and that flappy flap is like here. And then I'm just going to cover this up. I don't think we did that yet, so that's a new step. And you know, you do want to get the glue pretty much on the edge because you don't want this to end up falling down or however else. So I'm just going to give it a zhuzh. But we're not trying to glue this to the base, obviously, because then it won't turn. You just want on that little knob, that little thing that you made yourself, and just touching there. Okay, I'm going to let that set up, and then we'll try it out. One other thing, design-wise, is if you want to decorate the inside of these little flappies, I mean, you can probably stick it down now, but you should have put this before putting everything together. Again, we talked about decorating before and after. This one definitely should go inside there if you're going to use that design option. While I let that dry, actually, let's go ahead and cut some of these other things. So, let's see. This little guy, see how it's kind of curved in? And actually, this probably is over here, you know. You can see that. You can have this, you can have a little decorative item. So what I'm going to do is run through 2 of these, one for the back and one for the front, in that same green paper, inlaid like that. And then for the sides, or the fronts, should I say. Actually, I think it decorates everything, right? Fronts and sides, yeah, because it's the same thing. So, I mean, if you want to decorate everything, all of these same pieces will go everywhere. So I'm going to cut out 4 of these with the inlay out of that same green paper, okay? And I'll be right back. This is before I dare play with this, you know, because I had to replace that and kind of tore away some of the paper. I'm going to let that really set up because I don't want to mess with it too much. You know, our different decoration options here. So what I'm going to do is, oh, actually, you could have, even at the beginning, the one that you leave on the top, you could have ran this through just to have a little embossed look to it, like the way I did here. And that way that one would have an embossed look. Okay, so for now what I'm going to do is just glue these guys down, all 4 sides. And again, I truly apologize, you know, I want things to be super clear for you, but I might have thrown myself for a loop there. So anyway, we're gonna put that there. And again, at the beginning I talked about if you have a certain pattern you want it to look a certain way, that flap area is the front. So just keep that in mind next time. So for right now, I just kind of did it the way I did it. Here it is. And my little pattern, I think, is going in the opposite direction. I mean, it doesn't really have a direction on that one, but I want it to look like rainbows coming this way. So I'm going to hold this down, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy right there. Okay, so on all the other ones, just gluing these guys down, and this one will have another accent circle too. Okay, I'll be right back. So I am done. I'm going to give it a little turn very carefully again. Like I said, I still have wet glue, you know, taking it apart and then putting it back, and I'm sorry about that. Funny enough, I did cut 2 of this guy, and I only needed 1. The instructions say 1, and I cut 2 anyway, but there it is. You do need 4 of that larger one, though, remember that. And hopefully you're watching this video, and a lot of times if I make an oopsie, if it's something small, maybe I redo it. The reason I showed you this one is because if you do have the instruction, you're looking at it, you're a little bit confused. Hopefully, me walking through and showing, oh, this is what I did, and that's not correct, you know, I need to go back and do this other thing, you can still save your project, okay, just in case. But it's really simple, you guys, and it's really straightforward. I just saw something wrong, I suppose. So, this is the little guy, and it's super cute. This is the back. This goes in here, and that flap should be facing you. So when you're constructing it, just think about that. And then I'm going to turn this very gently because, like I said, I just glued that and I don't want it to open up. Actually, I'm going to finish it with my hand because I can feel that it's a little soft still. So look at that. How cute. And it is a tiny trunk, so let me show you the sizing on this little guy. He is so cute. So it is about 2¼ inches wide. I'm assuming it's all the same because it's the same, you know, everything. And then as you see, this part goes underneath. So that's the construction. That's what that looks like. And I'll bring it forward, and when it gets to a part where there's little friction, I was just gonna use my hand because again I want to let that tighten up with the glue drying. And look how cute that is. And the height is I would say 2½ inches high. Let me see as far as, there we go. Well, the inside is obviously 2¼ I want to see how deep that is. I want to say it's probably like 1 inch or so deep, like to this panel here, you know, so you can put some little lints in there, all kinds of cute things. I think one of the images had like little gold coins. How fun would that be? Super cute. Use pattern paper, and see it's getting a little stiffer now, so I can kind of work that. But just really adorable. I mean, look at that, you guys. And I love having little things like this around because, you know, every once in a while Miranda wants to take her friend something, or, you know, even a birthday party if you're just giving like cash or a gift card. This one's not gift card size, but I like having things like this, and they are so impressed. Everybody loves the boxes that I give things in from Tonic. Teachers, it's just really fun. So anyway, excuse me, yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video, Tonic, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.